Hey, good morning, fellow drivers, truck drivers, ladies and gentlemen. uh, it is the first day of March. I'm out here in Omaha, Nebraska, making a delivery. Sweet delivery, man. I had to tell you about this, right? I had to take a couple of days off to take care of some business with my daughter. She comes first, and that's why I chose IC choice board, because I need more time with my daughter. She's growing up, and then she's at that age where different things is going on, you know, with the mind and the body and the spirit, and you have to be there for her. Dad has to be there more for her than mother does, believe it or not. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. I took a couple of days off the beginning of the week, and it kind of threw me off. So what I did was I was able to grab a load out of Edwardsville, where I live at. I probably live like maybe less than 10 miles from the Edwardsville facility. Anyway, I looked on the board, man, and I seen the load coming up here to Nebraska. What, 424 miles. Paid $730. Got it wrote down right there. I'll write down everything. See, that's my ST number. This is what it paid. So I grabbed a load coming up here, $735.36, and then I got a short run right here for $299. Add that together. The short run from Nebraska back to Kansas City for $299. I mean, you do the math. I think it's pretty great, man. And then here's another thing. Just want to show you, you know, writing. A lot of people do computers, and I eventually will. My guy Jeffrey, he uses that software, Truckers Pro, I think. Yeah, fog horn or line or something. I think I'm gonna get that, but anyway, I got another load. Yeah, see, I got another load today, already waiting for me at my drop location in Kansas City. Here, Kansas City. That's my last drop right here, coming out of Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska, going to Kansas City, and then I'll pick up in Kansas City and take it on over to Edwardsville, back to Edwardsville. That's what I want to do. That's how I want to drive. That's good for me. I don't know what's good for you, but that's good for me. Anyway, that money is decent. You know what I learned? I'm gonna tell you something. I did something. I'm gonna be quick because my video has been kind of really long, and I'm trying to learn how to shorten them up. But I'm gonna tell you what I did. The last time I drove, I've been running a Midwest a lot. What I did was I took a load out of Edwardsville down to West Memphis, and it ended up being a from one Edwardsville facility to the West Memphis Edwardsville facility. It paid right at about $430 something, I think. Anyway, you know what I did? Brace yourself. Brace yourself. I did the speed limit. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and confess that. I did the speed limit. And as a matter of fact, I got to the point where I reset my gauges, and I paid more attention to my how much fuel I was burning per mile. And I noticed that my normal fuel usage is normally about 6.8 to 7.3 miles per gallon. I was like, I believe I can do better than that. So here's what I did. Speed limit was 70. I done 62 all the way. My fuel gauge, my mileage per gallon, well, my gallons per mile went from, miles per gallon. I went from 7, the average of 7. When I got to West Memphis, I was at 8.9. my fuel hand was like, I was like, wait a minute, I need to slow this truck down because I just saved a whole bunch of fuel. You understand? Now it's different when you trying to get that bottom side of that load, like I just showed you, that $700 coming up to Nebraska, then that couple of 100 miles back over to Kansas City. Sometimes you're gonna have to go ahead and roll out for that Kansas City run. You gotta look. Here's my thing. I think, and then this is in my mind. I don't. You do your thing. I've already set aside one day to go towards my overhead. So that being fuel, insurance, maintenance, whatever your maintenance program, whatever you're doing, your escrow or whatever. I've set aside one day for that, and that's not even mine. You know, that door right there, I don't even open it because it's not mine. Anything outside that one day, this is my money. Just for an example, like Monday, if I come out the door rolling Monday, and whatever I made that day, and the way I schedule, I don't take no anything. I want it to be light, and I wanted it to pay well. Sometimes, like now, this load I brought up to Nebraska, it was not light. It was 40,000, which was not bad. But you know, coming up and down those hills up and down 70 through Kansas City, you have to just, you know, take your time and play the hills. You have to play the hills, and so I brought 40,000 pounds up here. It pays, you know, over $750 some there. Basically, man, take your foot off of that pedal a little bit and set your cruise control, and do the math. Find out what time you're going to get where you're going, and pay attention to the traffic, how it's flowing. You know, if traffic is flowing well, there's no need to speed. Man, the money, like my man Jeff said, the money going out the stack. You're losing money. Drive slower. I guarantee you, if you punch that thing 75 miles an hour, 76 miles an hour, all the way to where you're going, and you get there, and you sitting there on break, you ain't missed nothing. All you're doing is sitting there. Let me tell you something. Have you ever been at had someone behind you, and you were, you know, driving normal, and you could tell that person got aggravated, and they ran around you, looked at you real crazy, and then jumped in front of you, and they racing now, and you looking like, damn, where they headed? You know, them jokers in a hurry. And you know, they rolling. You can see them, you know, nothing but the dust. You know, they rolling. You like, well, you know, let them go. And then it never fails. You get to that next stop sign or stoplight, and they sit right there next to you. You ever notice that? Man, hurry up and slow down. You know, let's get this money. We're moving too fast. You know, and this stuff right that I'm talking about, this is not really why I'm on here. What I want to talk about real quick and real short, because I don't have a whole bunch of knowledge on it, but I will say this. Schneider is implementing the mitigation system, the crash system on guard, and it's a requirement. I think you have to have it. They were saying that a lot of people were grandfathered in, and even they now have a deadline, if I'm not mistaken, of August of 2018 to have a truck that has a mitigation system, on a crash system on it. I have the on guard collision safety system. It was in the truck when I bought it. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. You know, it was already in here. So that's because my steps are ordered. I fell right into place. So like I said, I thank God for that. I'm not on here to talk about what's fair and what's unfair, but it is a requirement. They're asking for at least a 2010 or better engine. They're asking for the mitigation system, crash system, and after that you can roll. The people that have been here for years, that are here through that are really should be considered grandfathered in. They are, like I say, now they have a timeline that they have to meet, you know. So I'm pretty sure they'll work that out whichever way they need to. It's worth it. And here's the thing: I've been on the truck forums and looking. I don't think that you can add this system to a truck. I think check into that, because if you go and try to get a system added to the truck, they may not accept that. You need to check first. And look, let me tell you something. When one company starts doing something for whatever it may be, safety, of course, Schneider's big on safety. When one company starts doing things, trust me, other companies follow. And you start saving like a certain amount of money, millions of dollars, to have these systems in place, other companies will follow. So you have it in your mind like, okay, I'm just gonna jump ship. You know, I'm gonna jump ship. I'm gonna go to another company. I'm gonna go over here and do this. You know, so you might find yourself more independent than owner operator. You do know that there's a difference, right, between the independent contractor and the owner operator. Do you? Well, you should look into that and find out what the differences are, because there are differences and they are big, and one requires less work, one requires more. As far as how to weigh that's up to you. But listen, so you can you think that you want to jump ship and go to another company because they don't ask for that system. They will, eventually they will. You understand? So you'll find yourself being tossed to and fro, as they say, with every wind of doctrine in the trucking era. So listen, save your money up. Go get you another truck. Go get you another truck. You understand? Or find you a local job, pulling some containers or something, and you're home every day. You know, whatever it may take. You understand? But this is what they're asking for. The name of the company is called Schneider. So guess who owns it? You guessed it, Schneider. So their rules are their rules. We have to comply, or we move on. Like I said, it's easy for me to say this. The system was already on the truck when I got it. Now, if you need to get some information on where to get a truck with this system on it, I have that information. And if you're concerned about financing, don't be concerned about financing. You understand? My credit score is pretty decent. I was able to finance a truck, but I know someone in the Freightliner sales and industry that will put you in a truck with your bad credit score. You need to have certain things in place, though. You understand? You need to have certain things in place in order to make that thing fly and make it move by expeditiously. So anyway, yeah. I said a whole bunch of stuff. I got a bad habit of rabbit trailing. I think I'm gonna watch a video on how to stop rabbit trailing in conversations. I think I'm gonna watch that next. Everything is on YouTube, so I'm sure that's available. But hey, look, if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, hit me up. KingDavidTrucking@yahoo.com. Hit me up. I'll share my phone number with you. We can talk. Of course, I can't talk while driving with Schneider, but when I pull over and I check, I try to check and I'll get back with you for a day or two. I'm more than likely spending time with my family, so that's first and foremost. That's primary in this game. That's it, man. I'm gonna sign off right here and get ready to go pick up this next load. And man, do this. Get this money, man. Look. This money out here laying on the ground, and nobody's picking it up. I'm not gonna let it later. Talk to you later.